Hey, all right. Yeah, you're listening to Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, as it is time for Sonrise Automotive. Matt Gibbs in the studio. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. We were just talking a little bit about the weather off air, and it deserves a little talking, too, because it's gorgeous out there.
It's unbelievable.
And like this, like we were talking with Carolyn, it's a little reminder that it's still spring. Hey,
Yeah.
it's still spring.
It is.
Don't worry. It'll get to 90 at some point, which the projected high today is in the mid-80s, but it's not going to feel as hot and humid as it was, although tomorrow it'll start to feel that way again with an expectation of rain Wednesday night into Thursday. But just take it for what it is right now.
Absolutely. It was nice this morning.
That's right. Now, we got you in here, like we said, to talk a little automotive. If you have any questions or anything, you'd like to give Matt a call, 622-9622. As now the conversation's starting to go towards kind of stay-at-home order, kind of looking like it's going to be not extended. Looking like it's going to be over by Thursday at midnight. And that means May 1st, back to open some things up, maybe getting back to some normalcy, maybe. I don't know. We still got a week to go, which is going to be interesting to see where it plays out. Now, we had you in the last few weeks kind of talking about some of the changes of adapting to COVID-19 and what you guys have done, and how that's, overall too, has affected small business throughout the community and everything else. But it'd be nice to see something come about where we can start to come through this.
I wonder what, come if they do say, okay, May 1st, let's try to get back to some normal activities, and what that means for some,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there going to be some that just don't ever come back,
Yeah. If it just stays that way. It's interesting because we were talking about it, I think it's in the 8 o'clock hour. I was talking about it with aviation and the industry for airline travel. It's just, how big that is changed. And then, it's on a global scale, too.
I was talking to a gentleman that bought we service these medium-duty trucks for a dealer, and a lot of them are sold from out of state. And this guy flew in from Texas, and there was like 3 people on a plane.
Yeah. That's social distancing, isn't it? As it is a little different. I think a few weeks ago, a good friend of mine who works for an airline. It was one of the lower fare cost airlines, but he said that they had grounded 700 flights. They'd cancel 700 flights a day. So, you're looking at a huge chunk of change that's normal there to fly, but they grounded those aircraft, which is the idea of, well, if they're not flying, let's do that. And then the flights that were going had, like you said, like 2 or 3 to 5 people on board a plane that, can carry almost 100. It's kind of crazy.
And then I wonder, okay, so if on May 1st, I guess we're breaking this up into 3 phases.
That's right? What they said, right? So each
we're in
phase.
Phase 1 now.
Yeah.
So phase 2 will begin May 1st, I guess?
Yeah, in a way.
So it doesn't really crack me up. It's kind of sad, though. You drive down the road and you see people in their car and they're wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. They're the only one in the car. Mm-hmm. You don't have to wear and it's like, has that fear been so deep-rooted into us now?
Yeah.
That it's going to change the way things are?
Yeah, maybe.
At least for, even if they say, okay, you know what, guys? Have at it. Go do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many people will still continue.
I think there'll be a lot. I guess the way I see it is just like it was in the Asian cultures, when you just see them, like if it's downtown Tokyo or if it's Korea or wherever, you always see them with a mask on because it's so populated. It's densely populated areas. I see that just kind of staying as a trend for a lot of people in a couple of years. I really do. I really see that, which is fine. That's the big thing, is how much of this change will kind of stay in place. We were talking about it the other day. It's something as simple as a handshake. What becomes of that? Do we get back to that at some point?
Right.
I gave you a little fist bump earlier. I felt guilty about that in a way.
It's funny. I walked up to a guy I haven't seen in a while, and we both went like,
and you thought about it,
and you just don't go beyond a certain point anymore. It's like it stops. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, I say it's the analogy of being in your backswing with golf and then somebody saying something. It's hard to stop, but you do. It's interesting because I felt this. I don't know if you have, partner. Just not being able to do that, there is a little disconnect.
Oh, absolutely.
It's one thing when you shake the hand and you say, hey,
Right.
and you look them in the eyes, it's cool, and then you just carry on. But it's one thing when you do have to stop and hesitate, and then it's like, all right.
See, with me, I do shake hands.
Yeah.
Okay, still.
Yeah.
Okay, so like like in our church, like they're doing live streaming.
Okay.
Okay, so what I do is I have a big screen TV.
Yeah.
I got these big self-powered speakers.
Yeah.
I got this table. So I go to the church parking lot, and I've been doing it every Sunday since this.
That's right. Yeah.
And I set it up, and then people come. It's not invited. It's not a church thing. It's not organized by it's just something I do.
Yeah.
And then whoever comes. But a lot of the folks that come, we still hug and shake hands. And,
Yeah.
So if I'm going to shake someone's hand and I feel the resistance from the other person,
You'll hold
that's
back.
when I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'll kind of stop. And he's probably thinking, why did he stop? And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
why did he stop? You know?
So then, and then you just kind of,
You just kind of look
hey,
stupid.
man,
yeah,
cool.
what's happening?
You give him the Fonzie, hey. Yeah, overall, it's kind of crazy that way. And then with deals, businesses, and all that, it's crazy the direction of staying socially distant. How long? I don't know. It's crazy nonetheless. But we do have a caller. Good morning, WOCA. You're on the air.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning,
Hey,
son.
Sonny.
How I remember it as a kid, and even not a young adult, is if you had a cold or you had the virus or you weren't feeling well, and you came upon somebody that you knew very well or whatever, you would do the polite thing and say, oh, sorry, I have a cold, or, whatever. And today they don't do that. So I guess we do have to be a little more careful now with this virus. But I can remember even, when I first started working, if you weren't feeling well and you wanted to shake somebody's hand, the person that wasn't feeling well would abstain from shaking hands with the explanation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that change how you feel about somebody, or does it change how you greet them? I don't think so.
No.
It's just some common sense. But the other thing is, last time I think I was talking with you, Matt, we were talking about the electric cars and stuff.
Yep.
And to me, I think these things are going to require service because, as I can remember, when I was working, we had these substations, and their backup power was batteries, and they had these large glass tanked batteries, and even they had to be maintained. And after a certain period of time, they would be disconnected, and they would drain the electrolyte and water out of them, clean them up, and replace it. And it was all done on site. And I'm just wondering how all this works with the maintenance of these electric cars. I think a lot of people think, maintenance free. I don't think so. You still got to, like you do, check the air in the tires and lubricate the suspension parts and whatever else. At least do something with them. I'm just wondering what you think about that, Matt. And anyway, you guys have a good day. I'll hang up and listen.
All right,
You
thanks,
got it, Sonny. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, some of the electric stuff, it's still, if it rolls and moves,
Yeah.
it's got it's parts wearing out.
Yeah.
Still got brakes.
Yep. Yep.
It still got steering. It still has, air conditioning.
Yep.
It's still got, it's still a moving vehicle.
Yeah. Grease the bearings and stuff.
I even got a golf cart in the shop right now. We're replacing it's one of those 12-volt golf carts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a 48. 48 volt golf cart, so it has 4 12-volt batteries.
Right.
So yeah, those things are heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, those things are real heavy. I didn't realize how heavy those batteries are until just a few minutes ago. I wanted to put them in and get them charging before I came to the studio. So
yeah,
I had to call and get me some help picking up these batteries.
Well, it's good to see you're still walking upright. Your back wasn't too bad. We got another caller. Good morning, WCA. You're on the air with Matt Gibbs.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. One of the most vulnerable parts of these electric cars is the field coils on the traction motors. When you're accelerating, you're drawing maximum current through that field coil. If you have a heavy foot, you will eventually burn out a field coil. You want them to transition smoothly, not spend all that time in the high current zone. I mean, the railroad engineers, they have to watch their amp gauge, and they can't be in the red zone more than a few minutes. I don't know if they have an amp gauge on these electric cars, but they have terrific acceleration when you mash the pedal, but it comes at a price. You're burning up your field coils. Just thought I'd pass that along.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Have a good day, all.
You too, partner.
You too.
That's an interesting. Yeah, I guess. Because if you think about it, just having
I have a heavy foot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually help the industry. You're going to have to make a high output field coil for my car.
Yeah.
It's like that. Okay, so like Ford, I guess they're coming out with the E Mustang.
Yeah.
Chevy's coming out with the E Camaro.
Oh, they are. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
E Camaro.
E-Camaro.
Interesting.
So here we're making this transition.
Yeah.
I think Ford is they're pretty much a lot of manufacturers not even making cars. They're going to do away with the cars.
Yeah, they're.
But I think they're going to the cars that they do have, the sedans and whatnot, are going to be like electric cars.
Okay.
I think Volvo plans on in 2022, everything that Volvo has is going to go hybrid.
Is that right?
Or electric.
I could see that the way they are as a company kind of going in that direction. Yeah, because Ford already doesn't make any more cars. Because even the Mustang that they're coming out with, it's gonna be electric. It's kind of like a hatchback, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah, it's kind of funky looking.
Like a hybrid SUV sedan kind of thing, which I guess would be a hatchback. But I didn't hear the one about the Camaro. That's interesting.
Yeah, I heard about the Camaro the other day. I was talking to one of the guys over at Palm Chevrolet.
I guess at the end of the day, it makes Dodge look like, hey man, we still have an American muscle car here.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
It's kind of interesting is the flip side to all this, and I would just say it's let's just say alternative fuel. Whether it be electric, CNG, hydrogen, propane, anything other than the petroleum-based cars, it's how is the government going to get their money?
Yeah.
Because you go in and you get a gallon of gas, and although gas is at the cheapest it's been in a long, long time, about 55 cents of it, every gallon is 55 cents of that is going to taxes.
Yeah.
So what happens when all the battery cars and alternative fuel cars are out there on the road? How do they?
Where does
the new bridges and the
expectation of that tax, and where does that go to pile up to then be used? That's interesting. Yeah. Now, does that just turn into the gas station itself producing its own generated electricity for you to go to a gas station to plug in for a little bit?
I don't. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting how that goes. On Mary Camp, one of my technicians, he was big in alternative fuels, and he actually goes around the state and takes care of the CNG, the compressed natural gas.
Oh, interesting.
We have the one on Mary Camp, so he comes and he services it and all the equipment, and he goes around the state. And that's what he does. And so it's going to be interesting how we're going to make this transition, because apparently we're going to make this transition, whether we want to or not. Kind of.
Is that It
looks like it's gonna. It definitely looks like it's heading that way. And the more research and time and development that they put into these batteries and whatnot, and these field coils and the way that these servos and these motors are going to operate, they're definitely going to get better and better and better.
Yeah. It's like you mentioned the golf cart. When I was working in Pensacola, we had a golf cart that would tow the airplanes. Right. And this one's a shout out to Mr. Old Davis Glass. And whenever it takes a toll on the golf cart. I mean, it's pulling. And an airplane, you could pull it yourself because the way it sits with center of gravity sitting on those wheels. But it still takes a lot to pull it, right? And over time, and you think about it, that was the heartthrob of our company, pulling and towing these airplanes with this golf cart. And it was always down to like the brushes in the motor. Like at the brushes in the motor that need to be fixed, or just filling the water in the batteries. Bone dry. I still remember it to this day. Bone dry. These batteries are bone dry, and you want a new golf cart, and these batteries are bone dry. And I'm like, there's water in them. It's like, it's 90 degree weather in Florida, and I do the best I can to fill them up, but I'm not being able to with the electric golf cart get this thing going. No, what's interesting is, and could you concur that one of the biggest hurdles in the electric car is, it's almost like the charging. Right. Like at what point can you get faster charging? Right. That could set up, the same reason you'd go to Circle K to, I got, 3.5 minutes to charge it up to give me 15% to get down the road to get home. Right.
But what if you're going to... if you're going across country?
Yeah, what do you do then, right? Now, and then the other side of it, too, is not just talking about the industry of people buying these cars to have them, but as far as like the industry for trucking is that's one of the things Tesla wanted to really start to nail, was taking a semi-truck that's fully electric that can actually, tow and haul, and then still have range that can go a far distance. And I think at the time, I think right now they have this prototype that can go, is it 250 miles, I think, one way. So if you figure if you take your cargo, you drop it, then you can come back that 250 miles, or so to speak. But the biggest thing in there is the charging. Right. Like, how long does it take to charge? And what's fascinating is, now I've been in Ocala, like I said, almost 6 years, and over there off of 200 near where the shopping plaza is. Which one is that? It's the one with the Dillards and the other restaurants that are in there and stuff. It's got the Tesla electrical charging stations. And when you first saw that, 5-6 years ago, you're like, the hell? And then now it's like you see a lot of them parked there and plugged in. Okay, that makes sense. But then again, how long is it going to be efficient enough to say how long does it take to charge the car? It's almost like, do you just take it as like the way it is with your phone? Well, no, you're driving somewhere. You're going to be stranded on the road without that. So how does that work? And I think that's one of the bigger hurdles, right?
That's one of the hurdles right there. For in-town city driving, I think that's not a big deal. But when you want to go visit mom in Georgia, or you go to North Carolina or something. Yeah,
when you're talking about a 12-hour drive from here, like you said, up north to get to, let's say, Carolina, Virginia, and you're going through an evening drive up the mountains and stuff like that, up and down from 5% grades to 7% grades, back and through. Yeah, at what point is it going to be advantageous to say, hey, we can make this trip with an electric car, considering the expectations of charging?
But stop and think of it like this too, Adam. Like, let's go back 60, 70 years. And here we got this Model A car. Let's go back to the 20s.
That's true. That's true.
And this was horse and buggy day.
That's right. That's right.
So where we've come in advancements in not that long of a time, it's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, from the time I started working on cars to today. Yeah. I mean, I remember when the car came out with its first onboard computer. Yeah. In 1980 and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't working in the industry at the time. I was still in high school, but I remember when that was developed.
Yeah.
And to Friday, I hook up to a car that has 22 operating systems in a vehicle, from a one board computerized carbureted piece of junk to what they have today is just phenomenal.
That's awesome. We got one more caller here just before we come to the bottom of the hour. Good morning, WOCA. You're on the air.
Talk about these batteries and everything. Number one, when you're discharging a battery, they do sort of heat up. And number two, I don't know if they still produce that hydrogen gas, but years ago, when I was in the service, we had nuclear and diesel-powered subs. And the batteries that ran the thing when they submerged, they were quite large, and they produced all kinds of crazy gases and fumes that had to be contained or whatever in these subs. Now, what happens now when you're charging the thing in the house? Don't you need to ventilate the thing or provide some kind of cooling, especially if you're putting a heavy charge on it, like an instant charge or whatever these batteries take now? And I don't know. To me, there's a lot of little things people got to consider. But I'll hang up again and let you tell me.
You got it, son. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, it's kind of like what we're on, like you said to me. Like those are those adaptations that probably already our smartest minds are already thinking about that, and the engineering ideas. One of those biggest things is like for somebody to be a naysayer. It's like, this could create a problem. This could create a problem. This is a problem. What are you going to do about it? How do you fix it? Or how do you bridge the gap for what needs to be done with it? And like you said, that's just maybe one of those things that
like we're gonna have to work through.
And it's funny, by the way, because thinking about, like you said, horse and buggy to an assembly line production of a vehicle that can be pretty much like the first SUV, if you will, with the Ford Model T. And yet, even back then, it was like, it's a heresy, my friend. The horse and buggy. It's been condemned that these vehicle man-made things are killing people left and right. How dare we, right? And then had to be lobbyists to control that in a way.
Absolutely.
But we made it to the bottom of the 10 o'clock hour, as saying here for Matt Gibbs, Sonrise Automotive. Stay tuned. We're going to come back and round out the show here. Thanks, Matt, for hanging a little bit. See, we started it, but then we got it to a little bit of the automotive industry there towards the end. All good stuff.
All good. All good.
And we'll be back after this. WOCA Ocala.
I'm Chris Foster. The White House is giving guidelines to states for stepping up coronavirus testing.
President Trump told reporters at the White House that the government is working to double testing capacity by next month. The president said the administration will work with states to focus on hot spots and step up contact tracing, saying states need to reopen as quickly as possible, but safely.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. Among restrictions being loosened, businesses in Texas can open starting Friday at 25% occupancy. Governor Greg Abbott tells Fox's Sean Hannity,
we need to get back to business, allow everybody to sell their goods at 25%. We know that's not good enough, but if we can do this and prove that we can do it for 2 weeks, then we can take the next step and open up at 50% capacity.
It's primary day in Ohio, with almost all ballots having been cast by mail, except for voters who didn't get one in time or people without a permanent address. America's listening to Fox News.
Because this is a radio commercial, we can't show you images of our Lowe's associates. We can't show you them rebuilding communities, delivering supplies, or providing support during the crisis we're facing now. But if you look around, they're not hard to spot. 300,000 people working to keep your home working. It's what we've always done and what we'll continue to do. Because home is what unites us. Lowe's, here for you in store or 24/7 at Lowe's.com.
There will be parties again soon, and family gatherings. There'll be parades and sporting events and concerts. To help our communities when they come back together, respond to the 2020 census now. Spend a few minutes online today to impact the next 10 years of healthcare, infrastructure, and education. Respond online today to make America's tomorrow brighter. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
WOCA.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, President of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
A partly sunny day today, high 82 to 84. For tonight, mainly clear, low 61 to 66. Then a partly sunny day for tomorrow with a high Wednesday, 87 to 89. And at night, turning out to be partly cloudy with a low 65 to 69. For Thursday, partial sunshine with a shower or a thunderstorm, high 81 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hey folks, you said you wanted more BOGO, more buy one get one free deals at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Now Bob Wines has them for you. Check the ad, but here are just a few. Confederate Jasmine, regularly $9.99, buy one get one free. Red Fountain Grass, regularly $19.95, buy one get one free. Same for blueberry bushes, also on BOGO. And it's crepe myrtle time, of course. Bob has the biggest selection around. Choose from a whole array of colors, prices starting at just $24.99. And if you buy dark red, white, or pink, you buy one and get one for half price. Same for all shade and flowering trees. An enormous selection to choose from, and they're all buy one, get one at half price, with prices starting as low as $19.99 on some trees that are almost 4 feet tall. Check us out, then come on over to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, daily till 4:30. And of course, you get free curbside delivery. Yes, we're open in the same blooming place since 1952.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
Additional funding is now available for the Paycheck Protection Program. Apply now. Over $300 billion additional dollars in 100% federally guaranteed loans are available to small businesses and independent contractors. Funds can be used towards payroll costs, rent, utilities, and interest on mortgages. Get, gather, and go now. Get informed by visiting OcalaCEP.com COVID-19 updates page. There you can gather the needed documents and go apply. For info, visit OcalaCEP.com COVID-19 updates page.
The Centers is open for services. They can provide telehealth services via iPhone or Android cell phone or computer. Please call them at 352-291-5555.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.